If you're a young woman in your early 20s, do not fuck around and find out. Take it from someone who has done this thing. Don't fuck around and find out when it comes to having a child young. Most of women will lie to you because they are selfish, and they will tell you that I had a baby when I was 20, now I'm 36. Yes, now I am making more money, my life is better. Everybody should make their decision. They are not telling you the struggle and survival mode. At 20, you're only learning how to wash your nyash. At 20, you're learning how to wash the girl between your thighs. It is not the time for you to be thinking of how you'll run a house. What are we having for breakfast and lunch and supper? At 20, you need to only have you to take care of. At 20, you can comfortably have popcorns and tea for dinner, and it's okay. You only have one responsibility to take care of, and that is you. Most of these people do not tell you the years that they spent sending long voice notes, sending long paragraphs to their baby daddies, just so they can send them 1,000 shillings, just so they can send them 2,000 shillings to take care of their baby. The number of threats that they have sent to their baby daddies, because if you're having a baby at 20, chances are you're having it with a fellow young man who either is not responsible, and even if they are responsible, you are still struggling, the both of you, to take care of the three of you in that house. Or if it's a married man, someone who's mature, he is not your man. So you have to threaten him to send money and the rest of it. Not all women have the luxury of giving birth and having someone who takes care of them and the child completely, and especially in your 20s. When a child comes into this world, it's supposed to be treated like a guest. When we have guests, and especially as Africans, we prepare the bedroom where the guest will sleep, the towels they will use, the dress that they will change into, with their slippers. We prepare everything for them, to host them, for them to be comfortable. But when children come into this world, we don't want to put any care, any concern, any effort. They will just come and rationalize things. Children are out here so mature for their age because they have learned to rationalize life like adults. A child already knows that there's haves and have-nots, and that I'm a have-not. So children know not to ask for things, not because they don't want those things, but because they've already understood that we don't have. These things are not considerations. For us, the consideration is just a meal. If you have a meal and a roof over our head and at least you have gone to school, then we have been provided for. Imagine children coming into this world, a child being one of those, your child being one of those kids who will just stand and wait for a child to be done with the bike so that they can borrow it. A child, you cannot afford to buy your child a simple football or a simple ball because it's 500 shillings, and that's the difference between you and hunger. You can't buy them, and they want, mom, buy me a basketball. Mom, dad, buy me a football. Dad, buy me a remote car. You can't. Things that are just materialistic for kids to enjoy, you cannot. Taking kids to the supermarket or taking kids to the mall just so that they can window shop and go back home, you're not buying them shishi, you're not buying them anything. And then they're the ones who are advising you like, oh, you can do it, I also did it. They're lying to you. They're not telling you the implications of what that does to it has on them and the children. And the children. I am here in South Africa, and even as I was coming, I get on a plane. You see, 3, 4, 5-year-old on a flight. And once we disembarked, there's a family that we came with to the hotel. Nice hotel. Kids are already used to that kind of life. Then there's your children. There's a child that you have brought into this world that will see the inside of a plane by themselves when they are done with university, and they, through their own sheer hard work, figure out ways in which they can see the inside of a plane. Now, that is done. Some of us have had to go through that, the same thing. But you cannot advise other women to go through the same thing and tell them that it's okay. It's not okay. It is not okay. It's not okay to raise kids in a hostel. It's not okay to raise a child in a single room. It's not okay to raise a child in a shack. It has already happened, yes, but do not advise other women and tell them that it gets better. Sometimes it doesn't get better. It keeps on getting worse and worse and worse. And kids are raised in poverty, and they're the ones who become goons and become prostitutes and become thieves and become... because they have to do those things to survive. To survive. And you see also the children, both men and women, who are raised into prostitution or into schmeck's work. It's because the conditions that surrounded them when they are young allowed them to fend for themselves when they were young. They did not have anyone to take care of them. They had to learn how to take care of them in the way that they knew how. Nobody wakes up and just decides to be a schmeck's worker. It always stems from the childhood. And you people are just advising people, yeah, just bring a child into this world. You make a decision that you can want to make. Selfish people. They don't care about how their decisions affect them and affect others. And those others that I'm talking about, the others I'm talking about, is their own children. People will sleep with each other, get pregnant without a care of what that child is going to suffer or face when they finally land on this world. That's the most selfish decision you can ever make. If you are a loving woman who wants to be a mother one day, be selfless. Make sure that when your guest, especially those of you who are young and you still have an opportunity, that when that young guest, boy or girl, comes into this world, you have a guest room for them. You have things you have prepared to host them for 18 years and make their lives comfortable in your house. In your house. Do that. Even for, I discourage my own son every single day. Do not make the same mistakes I made. Don't. I will not encourage my son to impregnate a girl young. So why would I come and tell you people that it is okay? Look at me, Nangami. I am here, I'm traveling. My life is better, though I had a baby in the hostel. Rubbish. I know the 10 years of struggle that I went through. And I would not encourage any woman to put a baby and themselves through that.